in. I'm happy to answer any questions after class. And yeah, it's a Saturday. And then other announcements. I don't really think I have anything coming up. I have Glow Yoga next month. It's I think it's the 23rd of September. But me and James are doing it again at the Rose Wagner. It's super fun. I'm teaching the evening class this time, so there's a matinee class and an evening class, and I'm teaching the later one. So also I'll give you more information if you want it after class. Oh, it's the Beatles. Thank you for asking. Yeah, Beatles. So it'll be fun. All right, friends, let's go ahead and start down on our backs today. And I think all of you have a block. Make sure your block is somewhere you'll be able to grab it when you need it. So find your way all the way down onto your back. And as you settle in, it might feel good to stretch just a bit. So maybe you want to take your arms overhead, your legs forward, just a full body good morning stretch. Maybe you want to hug your knees in for just a moment and kind of rock gently side to side. Give your low back a nice little massage. So any little wiggles, any little movements. And then eventually just find stillness in any supine position that feels good to you. So maybe you're laying in Shavasana. Maybe you've got your feet on the ground with your knees bent. Maybe you've got your feet together, knees apart. And with your arms, be intentional. So maybe it feels good to reach your arms overhead and let them relax there. Perhaps one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And then eventually close your eyes and just notice everything right here, right now. So feel the ground underneath you. Really let yourself land in this space, not just physically, but energetically, emotionally, mentally. Notice sounds around you. Sound of my voice, obviously, but other sounds, background noises, white noise, distant noise, even the sounds within your own body. And start to really connect with your breath. So however you do that, maybe you feel into it, maybe you visualize it, maybe you listen to it. Let's start to just connect with your breath in a deeper, more intentional way. And next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you possibly can. When you think you are full, see if there's even an extra little sip you can find at the top. And then open your mouth and great big sigh. Let it go. Ah. Yeah, very nice. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale, fill up. And breathe all the way down into your toes, out into your fingertips, up into the crown of your head. Hold, extra sip if you want it. And then open your mouth and let it go. Ah. One last time. So biggest inhale of your morning. Imagine you're just waking up your insides with your breath, filling up every little space. Take a moment in that fullness. See if you can soften around your held breath. And then when you're ready, open your mouth and let it go. Sigh it out. Ah. Nice job, you guys. Start to drop into Ujjayi breath now. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. Start to create that gentle whisper noise with your breath, that oceanic sound. So it's a diaphragmatic breath. It's coming all the way down from underneath your ribs, moving into the lowest lobes of your lungs. You should feel your belly, even your low back expand with each inhale. And every exhalation, feel the contraction or the hugging in, the letting go. at the bottom of each exhale, see if you can find a connection to your center. So what we call Uddiyana Bandha, navel to spine lock, core lock. Just for a split second, you feel that emptiness, you feel that connection, and then you feel back up, you expand once again. So how much awareness, how much intention, attention can you bring into just your breath? And you're more than welcome to stay here as long as you like, just breathing, just observing, just noticing. If you're ready to start moving, keep your breath going and draw your knees gently in, hug them in towards your belly, gently rock side to side. So just give your low back a nice little massage. You might take little circles with your knees, kind of tracing your sacrum against the ground, or you might even move your knees in different directions. You could grab your kneecaps and draw hearts with your kneecaps, throw them into a mixing bowl, circle them in different ways. Good. And then start to find your way back to neutral with your knees stacked over your hips and your shins parallel to the ground. Once you are there, grab your block and bring it in between your inner thighs on the smallest setting, the skinniest width. And then you don't need to get it all the way up towards your pelvis. If that feels good, awesome. If it feels better, closer to your knees, that's fine too. Hug your block. And make sure make sure your knees aren't closer to your chest, but they're stacked right over your hips. Active through your feet. So flex, point, or floint. And then tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground. Take an inhale here. You should feel a nice neutral spine. As you exhale, squeeze your block and slowly take your legs to the right. Hover them above the ground, so don't let them drop. Pause, hold, inhale, don't let your left shoulder lift, keep it rooted down. Squeeze your block and exhale, slow and smooth, come back to center. Inhale, center. If you need to make any adjustments with your block or your legs, take a moment to do so. And then as you exhale, over to your left side this time. Slow, smooth, intentional. Hold for your in-breath, squeeze your block. Don't let your right shoulder lift. Collarbones broad, and then exhale, slow and smooth. Bring it back to center, back to midline. Inhale, nice and neutral through your spine. Extend your left leg up, only as much as you can without pulling on your low back. And then exhale over to the right. Keep squeezing your block. Hover and hold, breathe in. Try not to strain through your face or your neck. As you exhale, squeeze your block, engage your core, slowly back to neutral. Inhale, neutral, switch out your legs. So left knee bends, right leg extends, active through your feet. And then exhale over to your left. Good job, everybody. Hover and hold as you breathe in. Backs of your shoulders are rooted. And slow, smooth movement. Exhale brings it back to center. Bring your legs back to center. Beautiful. Inhale, neutral spine, both legs up. Active through your feet. This is your last round. Exhale over to your right side. Backs of your shoulders stay rooted. Hold and hover. If you need to bend your knees or one knee, totally fine with me. As you exhale back to center, slow and smooth. Inhale, center, neutral spine, keep both legs extended, make any adjustments needed. Active feet over to your left. Shoulders are rooted, collarbones are broad, face is relaxed. Inhale, hold, squeeze your block, active feet. And then exhale, slowly come back. Very nice. Inhale, center. As you exhale, bring your feet to the ground with your knees bent. Set up for a bridge pose. So take your block and adjust it. Bring it closer to your pelvis. Or if you want to remove it, if you'd rather not use it here, I'm fine with that. It's up to you. So heels and ankles straight down from your knees. All 10 toes face forward, arms by your sides. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up. And then inhale to peel your spine off your mat, one vertebra at a time. Once you get to the top of your bridge, you might kind of work your shoulders underneath you. So maybe shimmy them side to side. See if you can find more opening through the front of your heart. If you want to interlace your fingers or take robot arms, feel free. Take about 4 or maybe 5 more deep breaths. Hug your block with your inner thighs. Even if you've removed it, imagine you've got an invisible block there. Press into your heels and the inner edges of your feet. Breathe into your front body. Breathe all the way down into the front of your hips, your hip flexors. Nice job, you guys. Press through the back of your head. So a little lift through your chin. Tilt your chin up towards the sky. Soften your face. Unclench your jaw. Nice work. Take one more big inhalation. Work your shoulders out from under you. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Sometimes I like to reach my arms up as I take my spine down. Once you are back in a neutral spine position, windshield wipers. So bring your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, nice and wide. Cactus your arms or tee out your arms. And just at your own pace, side to side. Usually when we go slower, we feel more. We notice more. So go slow enough to notice, to feel. Yeah, you might want to remove your block at this point so you can bring your feet out nice and wide. If you like having your block there and that's how you want to take these, that's fine with me. You can explore that. Good job, friends. And then after a few rounds, a few windshield wipers, just rest for a moment. So eventually everybody do remove your block, feet wide, knees together, and rest for a moment just like that. You can let your arms stay as they are, maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And as you rest, this is called constructive rest pose. So as you rest here, come back to your Ujjayi breath. Breathe all the way down into low belly, all the way down into your pelvic bowl. Feel the space in your low back. Good job. Take a couple more rounds. Maybe you want a big, huge sigh out your mouth. As you are ready, full body stretch, arms long, legs long. And then as you reach, notice if your front ribs are lifting a lot. See if you can press your back ribs down even just a little bit so you've got a more neutral spine as you reach your arms and your legs long. Take one more in-breath. Nice cam. Exhale, hug your knees towards your belly. Little rock side to side. So just like we did a moment ago, giving your low back that nice little massage. And then you can choose to find your own way up to your hands and your knees, or start to rock and roll forward and back along your spine. So give yourself maybe 5 or 6 rocks. Imagine you're trying to massage those muscles that are right along both sides of your spinal column. Eventually, you'll rock up, cross your ankles, and just roll over your feet. Bring your hands to the ground in front of you. Come onto your hands and your knees. You'll probably have to crawl back a little bit so you're nice and centered on your mat. And then from hands and knees, you guys know the drill. Anything that feels good. So cat-cows, hip circles, child's pose, heart openers. Yeah, just feeling into what's there, into your spine, into your hips, your shoulders, your hands, your fingers, your forearms. And in your next few rounds, no hurry. Let's say in your next 3 to 5 breaths, downward facing dog is our destination. So whenever you're ready, you can start your own transition back. If you want to move through a vinyasa to get there, feel free. If there's some other way you want to transition, go for it. Nice job, everybody. And then once you're back in dog pose, keep feeling around. So what's going on in your body today? Most of you in this class, I know, have been in down dog so many times. It's so easy to just pop up into down dog and go somewhere else in our mind. But the yoga, the practice, is staying here, staying present, staying in your body. Noticing not how your down dog felt 2 weeks ago or even yesterday, but how does it feel today, right now, in this moment? Is there any way you can adjust your body to be a little more efficient or to get a little more out of it today? Is there any way you can soften in your hard spaces, those hard edges? And then just as a quick question for me, if you would like a hands-off practice, you do not want any physical adjustments, you would not like to be touched today, and that's totally fine. I don't take it personal. Just give me one leg in the air as your signal. Okay, thank you so much. So back to your down dog. Give it a couple more breaths. Feel that long line of energy from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones, all the way up to your hips. Feel the connection to your center. Good, everybody. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, however you want to get to the top of your mat, find your way up into your forward fold. Once you have arrived, we're just going to hang out for a few breaths. If you want to take ragdoll, grab opposite elbows. Maybe you want to bring hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. So just be in your fold and see what's there today. I like my feet personally, hips width distance apart or even a little bit wider for this first one. And then try not to rock back into your heels. So if you rock back into your heels and lock out your knees, now you're just pulling on your tendons and your ligaments. So we want to keep it in our muscles. Little bend in your knees. Try to bring your weight more into your toes and the balls of your feet. Heels are on the ground, but they're light. And then focus on using your core to lift your butt as high as you can. Let the crown of your head fall towards the ground and get closer towards the earth. Take one more round. Nice, Trace. As you breathe in, halfway lift position. So stick your butt out, reach the crown of your head forward, stay connected to your center. So imagine you're knitting your front ribs together. Exhale, fold, and bow. Do that one more time with so much awareness. Halfway lift. How much length can you create? Press back through the very tops of your thighs. Exhale, fold. Nice, Chris. Root through your feet, and this time all the way up. So come through your halfway lift. Take it all the way to stand. Arms reach. And hands to heart center as you exhale. Ah. Good work. Inhale, arms to the sky. Stretch tall. Slow dive. So hinge at your hips, lead with your heart all the way down. Bend your knees if you feel it in your low back. As you breathe in, find your spinal extension, Ardha Uttanasana, back of your neck, sides of your neck, nice and long. Exhale, fold. Awesome, you guys. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, take it all the way up. Reach up and stretch, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more round just like that. Make it a moving meditation. Inhale, stretch tall, high mountain. Exhale, follow your breath down. Let your breath guide your movements. Beautiful. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice, Lily. Exhale, let it go. Fold. All the way to empty, navel to spine. So connect to your center from that place. Rise up. Heart leads, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice work, you guys. Inhale, take your arms up. And then we're going to get right into it. Root down into your right foot. Lift your left knee up, standing stack. So find your balance. Hug in with your inner thighs. Active through your left foot. Yeah. Focus your gaze. Slow, deep breaths. Take one more inhale. If you would like, you can extend your left leg forward. As you exhale, some variation of warrior three. So slowly start to reach your left leg back as you hinge forward. You can take your arms back for a little less intensity, or maybe hands to heart. So any variation you want to take. One more full round of breath, your fullest expression. Landing crescent lunge, left toes step back. Arms reach up. If that did not go smoothly, take a moment to just adjust your legs. No big deal. This is a practice. Good. Nice, Ali. So energetically, hug in. Pull your front hip back, back hip forward. Find stability. Little tone in your belly, navel to spine connection. Nice, Noel. Lift your heart up. Maybe even gaze up. And then just feel. Feel yourself in crescent lunge today, right now, in this moment. One more big inhale. Beautiful. Nice, Jody. Exhale. Bring your hands to the earth. Let's take a twist. So keep your legs in a lunge position. Left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky. You can stay in this twisted lunge just as you are. Shouldn't even say just as you are, but as you are. And then breathe into it. Work it with your breath. If you'd like to go a little deeper, option to walk your left hand off the left edge of your mat. Personally, I like to stay up on my left fingertips. And then right hand reaches back behind you. Heart looks up. Keep your legs strong so you're not taking this twist from your legs. It's coming from your mid back. So find that mobility right in the center of your spine and use it to let your heart look up at the sky. Yeah, good. Beautiful work. Where's your breath? Can you feel it all the way down in your low belly, low back? Take one more round. Nice, Jane. End of your exhalation, release. Bring your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. So, wide-legged straddle. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, either fold or absolutely anywhere you would like to go. Explore for about 5 rounds. So give yourself a moment either to kind of slow down and just come back to your breath, or maybe there is some sort of way you would like to play. Maybe you want to play with headstand or even handstand hops. And wherever you choose to be, your breath comes with you. Wherever you choose to be, it is here in this space, on your mat, in your body. So rather than going somewhere else, stay here. Last couple of rounds. Nice, Susan. Good job, everybody. Next time you breathe in, come back to a halfway lift position. And then we'll find our way into a low lunge. So walk your hands to the top of your mat, rotate your toes forward. You're in low lunge facing the front of the room. Step your front foot back, you're in plank pose. This is our first chaturanga. Take a big inhale at the top, push the ground away, come to your knees if you'd like. Exhale to slowly lower down. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, back bend of your choice. You can take your time. And then for just a moment, sit back into a child's pose and just give yourself a rest. So hips to heels, forehead to your mat, and just breathe. Feel whatever there is to feel. Notice whatever there is to notice. And downward facing dog. Back in your down dog. Ujjayi breath. So fire it up. Bring it back if you lost it. From your dog pose, inhale your right leg to the sky. When you choose, you are welcome to open your hip. You're welcome to keep your hips square. Just work your dog in an intentional way. Work your three-legged dog, I should say, in an intentional way. So stay connected to your center. Keep pressing into your hands, your fingertips. And then is your breath there? Is it big and spacious? Nice, you guys. Take one more great big inhale. And then as you exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Push the ground away as you come forward. Good. Inhale back up. Awesome, Paul. Three-legged dog. Open your hip if you want. Exhale right to right. Aim for your armpit at a push-up if you want to. Don't let your butt drop down. Inhale back up. Awesome, Kim. And then everybody exhale, knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly and then step forward softly. From here, standing splits. Right foot roots down, left leg floats up. So just like a one-legged forward fold. Let your neck relax. Let your head be heavy. Active through your left foot, even through your left toes. Nice, Christine. Take one more in-breath. As you exhale, Shiva squat. So left knee tucks into the back of your right knee. Both knees bend, curl in, get small. Inhale, re-extend, left leg high. If you want, you can take a little handstand hop just for fun. And then exhale, Shiva squat. We've got 3 total. Inhale, re-extend, standing splits or handstand hop. And exhale, Shiva squat. Get small all the way to empty. Yeah. Inhale, back up. Last time, if you want that handstand hop, go for it. And exhale, listen forward, fold. Step down at the top of your mat. You can give your right leg a little shake out. You can pedal out your heels. Yeah, a little bounce, a little sway, maybe a little buzzing of the lips, some horse lips. Yeah, you have to soften all the muscles in your face to make that noise. So it's a good practice, relaxing the muscles in your face. Next time you breathe in, spinal extension, realign your spine. And fold, exhale, root through your feet, all the way to stand. Arms reach up, full body stretch. Hands to heart, exhale. All right. Inhale, arms to the sky. This time, left foot is your base. So visualize all your weight coming into your left foot. Right knee lifts, standing step. Nice, Crystals. So inner thighs hug in. Susan, other left leg or other right leg. Yeah. Inner thighs hug in. Belly button draws in and heart lifts. Take one more inhale. If you want, you can extend your right leg forward. Try not to lean back. Press through your heel. Exhale, slow motion, warrior 3 variation. Any arms you want to take, just find that long line of energy and hold there for at least 1 big breath, maybe 2 big breaths. So your fullest expression today. Very nice. Crescent lunge is where we will meet up. Awesome, Christine. So soft landing. Right toes back. Good, Jane. And then take a moment if that didn't happen gracefully like you wanted it to. No big deal. Let it go. Readjust. Yeah, find your stability. So your front leg, a lot of people think their front leg has to do all the work here. It should feel nice and even in both legs. Your back leg just as strong as your front. You're high on the ball of your back foot and you're hugging in. You're plugging the femur bones into the hip sockets. Take one more inhale. Lift your heart. Tone your belly. Gaze up. Nice work, you guys. Exhale. Bring your hands to the earth. Add a little twist. Did I forget something? Did we do something on the other side? That's all we did, right? I think so. So twisted lunge. And then if you want to stay right here, work the pose as you are. Perfect. Awesome. There's so much you can do just by holding and breathing. If you want a different variation, you want to go just a little deeper, right hand walks off the right side of your mat. And then left fingertips reach back. So it's like you're trying to let your heart look up. It's like you're trying to touch the person behind you. Look back at the person behind you or the wall behind you. Legs stay strong. Feel that mobility right in the middle of your spine. Use it to open your heart. One last big breath. Beautiful poses. End of your exhale, release. Walk your hands over to the right long edge of your mat. So you'll be in a wide-legged straddle. All of your toes face towards the right side of the room. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale anywhere you want to go. It can be exactly what you did before or something completely different. Good. Nice, friends. I love the different variations. So wherever you've chosen to be, just make sure your breath comes with you. Make sure you didn't go somewhere else, but you're still in this room, on your mat, in your body. Even if you're bored, even if you're anxious, you're worried, see if you can just notice that. So not wandering off with your anxious thoughts, but just noticing, I have anxiety. I feel anxiety right now. That's it. Breathe into it, soften around it. Last couple of breaths. So it's the practice of just being with what's already here, not trying to change or fix. Next time you inhale, come to a halfway lift. And then start to find your way back to a low lunge at the top of your mat. So walk your hands forward, rotate toes forward, step your front foot back. You'll be in a plank position. And then inhale at the top if you want. Come to your knees. Exhale slowly, lower down. Strong arms, strong belly. Good. Inhale, back bend variation of your choice. Curl open. You can take an extra breath or two if you'd like. Child's pose when you're ready. Just give yourself a moment. Find a sense of grounding. Slow, deep breaths. Soft face. Just notice what's there. And downward facing dog. All right, from your down dog, inhale left leg high. And take a moment just feeling around. Maybe your hips stay square. Maybe you open your left hip. Maybe you roll out your ankle. Whatever you do, hands stay rooted. Fingertips are pressing firmly. You're lifting from your center, connected to your center. Take one more big inhalation, left leg high, strong, powerful. You can hold if you want. Otherwise, left knee, right elbow, exhale. Push the ground away as you come forward. Good. Inhale back up, three-legged. Exhale left to left. Aim high. Maybe add a little push-up. Don't let your butt drop down. Don't let your right shoulder roll forward. Inhale, push up, lengthen. And everyone, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, round your spine. Step forward, low lunge. Into standing splits. Left foot roots, right leg lifts. All it is a one-legged forward fold. So it does not matter how high your right leg goes. It does matter that there's energy flowing all the way up into your right toes. One more big inhale. Maybe lift a little higher. Nice change. Exhale, Shiva squat. Right knee tucks in the back of left knee. Both knees bend. Right heel to your right butt cheek. Inhale, re-extend, or option for a little hop. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, standing splits or handstand hop just for fun. Just play. Last time, Shiva squat. All the way to empty. Get small, get compact. Inhale, get long. Last hop if you want it. And then forward fold. Step down. Give your left leg a little shake out. Find your breath. If you want to bounce around for a moment. Next inhalation, halfway lift position. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, lead with your heart all the way to stand. Arms reach up, stretch tall. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, reach up, climb mountain. And then we're gonna come back into our standing staff on our right foot. So left knee lifts, right foot roots down, left knee lifts up. Yes, very good. And then this time we're going to add a twist. Right hand to the outside of left knee or thigh. Left hand can either reach straight back or left hand can press into your sacrum, your low back. Use that as leverage. Stay here, or if you would like, option to take your right hand to your left foot. Personally, I like the outer edge. Some people like peace fingers around big toe. And then start to extend your left leg, but only as much as you can without rounding your back. Press through your heel. Keep your shoulders and your collarbones broad. Twisting from your center, from your belly button. Take one more deep breath. Maybe staying balanced on your right foot. Unwind standing staff. If you have not already extended your left leg, option to extend. One more inhale. Exhale, just like before, through our warrior three. Same variation or different variation. This time it's up to you. One or two deep breaths. Yes, you've got it. Fullest expression. Find it, feel it. And then back to crescent lunge. Once again, soft landing if you can. Good, everybody. Take a moment to settle in. Adjust if needed. Slow, steady, spacious breaths. Good work. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, hands down. This time, hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of your mat. We're going to do something different than I usually teach. So keep your hands under your shoulders and maybe even come up to your fingertips. As you inhale, let your hips move down and lift your heart gaze forward. It doesn't have to be big. I'm still on my back toes. They're tucked under. And then as you exhale, lift your hips and straighten your front leg, kind of curling in a little bit. Inhale, come forward. Let your hips move down. Heart lifts up. And then exhale, lift your hips. Pull your right hip back. And then fold. Back and forth a few more times like that. Maybe there's some way you want to work this to kind of make it your own, to feel around in your own way. You can go as many times as you want, and then eventually settle into some variation or some kind of place within this posture. So maybe you want to stay with your front leg straight, almost like you're in an extended pyramid. Maybe you want to bring your back knee down eventually and let your heart melt. So up to you. We've got about 5 more rounds of breath. So either moving a little or finding stillness and holding. Yeah, I see a half splits. I love it. So whatever your body is feeling, craving, calling for, any semblance of that pose, be there, explore it, breathe there. Good, love it, you guys. Nice work. Saw through your face. Two or three more rounds. Open mouth exhales, always welcome. Ah. All right, from wherever you are at, come back into kind of a low lunge version of the pose with your hands underneath your shoulders. So hands under shoulders, and then tuck your back toes, lift your back knee if it happens to be on the ground. Work your right foot to the back of your mat now, so you'll be in a plank position. Right hand is your base. Side plank, roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky. Nice, Crystal. Lift your hips super high. So the higher you can lift your hips, the more weight that will take out of your shoulder and your wrist. It's like you're karate chopping the ground with the outer edge of your right foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered. As you lift your hips, you might reach your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. You might float your left leg up. Or did I say right arm, left arm? I don't know what I said. Take one last full round of breath, fullest expression. Awesome, you guys. Nice work. Plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Find your strength. Exhale, slowly lower, chaturanga. Heart opener of your choice. Take a couple breaths if you want. Eventually sit back, child's pose, rest, breathe, reconnect. Last couple rounds, grounding breath. So really connect to the ground here. Feel the way it holds and supports you. Downward facing dog. All right, walk it out for a moment in your down dog. Push into the ground, lift your hips high. Nice, Noel. One more inhale. Exhale, look to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or hop forward, fold. Halfway lift once you've arrived. So telescope your ribs, lengthen through the sides of your neck. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet all the way up. Rise, arms reach up, side bodies elongate. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, reach. And then left foot is our base. One more time. Right knee lifts, standing staff. So find your balance. Right knee lifted, hug in with your inner thighs. Slow, deep breaths. Good. And then this time we're adding our twist. So on an exhalation, you'll twist to the right. Left hand can come to the outside of right thigh or knee. Right arm can reach back, or maybe you gently press your right hand into your sacrum. You can use it as leverage. Stay where you're at, or if you want to grab hold of your foot, go for it. See if you can start to extend forward without rounding your back. Yes, so pressing through your heel, flexing through your toes, broad through the fronts of your shoulders. Good, wherever you're at. Can you feel your breath moving all the way down into your belly? Can you use your exhale to twist a little further? Last round. Good work. Slowly unwind. See if you can stay balanced on your left foot. Maybe standing staff. Inhale here. Option to extend if you haven't already. And then slowly one last time. Warrior 3 variation. The same or different. 1 or 2 deep breaths. 1 or 2 full rounds. Your fullest expression. And then soft landing, crescent lunge. Very nice. Strong legs. Good, Elaine. Heart is lifted, belly is toned. Soft through your face. Spiral your pinky fingers in and let your shoulders kind of melt down a little away from your ears. Feel some more space in your shoulders. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Hands to the inside of your front foot. Walk your front foot out wide to the width of your mat. And then back and forth. Inhale, let your hips drop down as you lift your heart. Gaze forward. It's like you're trying to do a cobra pose. And then exhale, straighten your front leg, navel to spine as you curl in. Inhale, come forward, heart lifts, hips move forward and down. And then exhale, hips lift, straighten your front leg. As many times as you want to go through that, back and forth. And then settle in some variation or some semblance of that pose. Doesn't have to look like it did on the other side. Yeah, I love it. Thanks, Susan. As Susan's straightening her front leg, she's coming onto her heel and flexing her toes. I like that. So trying new things, exploring new ways. That's what this practice is all about. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't work, maybe you never do it again. That's fine. Good, beautiful, friends. You've got about 4 or 5 breaths from here. Thanks, Cam. So is there anything new you can feel today? Is there any new space you can create today? Is there any way you can soften into places that you have never softened into before? We're never forcing. We're never forcing ourselves into any position that our body's not ready to go into. Our body has to relax into these positions, or else nothing good is happening. We're compromising other places. So find your edge and then relax into it with your big deep breaths. Take one last round. Ah, good work, everybody. Start to come back into a low lunge with your hands under your shoulders and your back knee lifted. Yeah, nice, Ellie. And then work your left foot back. You'll be in a plank position. From your plank pose, side plank, Vashisthasana, left hand is your base this time. Yes, so roll into the baby toe edge of left foot. Baby toe edge of your left foot is karate chopping the ground. Press down firmly, lift your hips. Yes, good. As your hips lift higher, you feel some weight come out of your wrists and your shoulder. That's what we want. Maybe right arm forward, maybe right leg floats up. As your right leg floats up, you get even lighter. Your hips lift even higher. Awesome, Crystal. One last full round. Very nice. Plank or modified plank. Find your strength. Breathe in. Push the ground away. Exhale, chaturanga. Back bend of your choice with your inhale. Take your time. And then child's pose. Rest. Breathe. Find a sense of grounding. And last couple breaths. Downward facing dog. All right, from your down dog, take your right leg to the sky. Open up your right hip. You can absolutely stay here or option to flip your dog. So right foot comes down behind you. Reach forward, reach your heart forward, lift your hips up. Breathe down into your belly. Those of you in the back, bend one more round. Really nice. And then come back, three-legged dog. Maybe you square off your hips. So just feel into the length from fingertips all the way up to right toes. One more in-breath. Pigeon pose, right shin forward. Set your body down gently. Good. So take your time to find what we call integrity. So the strength and the structure, especially if you're a person that has naturally really open hips, stability is more your practice here. So plug the femur bones into the hip sockets. Keep pulling your right hip back as you take your heart forward and down. Big deep breaths. Just notice what you feel. So not resisting what you feel, not resisting sensation, not forcing yourself deeper, but just relaxing into those hard edges, those tighter spaces, breath by breath. Take about 3 or 4 more. Open mouth size anytime. And then slowly start to find your way back up. However you want to get back to down dog, start your transition back to down dog. So maybe you move into a three-legged dog, give your right leg a little shake out. Maybe you move into a three-legged tabletop. Maybe you take a vinyasa. Maybe you want to move through some cat-cows. Lots of options. You do you. See you back in down dog in your next few breaths and just walk it out. Feel into both sides. Good. How does right side feel versus left side? Right leg versus left leg. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Open up your hip, bend your knee. Great place to stay. If this is where you want to stay, get this nice stretch. Perfect. If you would like, option to flip your dog. Left foot comes down. Excuse me. Left arm forward, heart forward, lift your hips. Beautiful. Very nice, everyone. Those of you in the back bend, one more breath. Nice, Jane. And then come back slowly. Three-legged dog. You can square off your hips if you want to. When you are ready, pigeon pose. Left shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down. Good. Left hip pulls back and up. So find muscle energy, find structure, find strength, and then soften into it. Breath by breath. And anytime, open your mouth, big sigh. Three or four more breaths. And when you feel pretty much even on both sides, start your own transition back to one final down dog. So same way you got there before, maybe on this side, you want to get there differently. You do you. See you back in down dog in your next few breaths. If you want one last vinyasa, now would be your time to take it. Nice, you guys. Then one last great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, however you want to get there, find a seat facing towards the front of your mat. So from our seat, we'll come into a twist. Take your right knee in, bend it, and then step it to the outside of your left thigh. Left leg can stay extended, or if you want, you can bring your left heel in towards your right butt cheek. So up to you. Get really tall through your spine. Lift your heart so like you have a proud chest. Reach your right arm up. Inhale. And then exhale, twist to your right. Right hand comes down behind you. Left hand can stay where it's at. Or you can latch your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. If the bound variation is in your practice, feel free to take it just as long as you're not forcing. Nice, Jane. And then breathe. Focus on your big, deep breaths down into your low belly, low back. Exhale to work your twist from the inside. Try to stay as broad as you can through the fronts of your shoulders. Yeah, nice work, friends. Good. Last couple of breaths. And then slowly unwind your upper body. You can leave your legs for now. Bring your hands over to the left side or off the left side of your mat and just take a little bow. Let your back round. It should feel good. I even like to push down sometimes and kind of Frady cat my spine, really curl in. Take one more big deep breath into your low back. And then lift up. Uncross your legs. Take them out in front of you. Just give them a nice little stretch. And then right foot, sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh. Open up your hips towards the right side of the room. Keep your sit bones grounded and keep your left toes flexed and active. Press down through your left heel. Your left hand can rest on your left leg or in front of your left leg. Right arm reaches up. Inhale, get long. And as you exhale, side body stretch up and over like you're reaching for the front wall. If it is available, you can grab your left toes, your left big toe perhaps. Keep your heart open. So the point of this stretch is not to fold, but to lengthen your right side. So press down through the back of your left heel and even press down or try to press down, intend to press down through the back of your left thigh. Breathe into your right side, nice and long through your right side. Big deep breaths, couple more. Good work, friends. Inhale, lift your upper body, take both arms up. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand down behind you. Push into the ground, lift your hips, left arm back. More of a side plank or modified side plank or more of a modified wild thing. It's up to you. Just go for space, length, especially through your left side. One last big deep breath. Open your mouth inside out if you want. Sit bones come down. Legs extend forward. Little shake out if you want. Couple windshield wipers. Seated windshield wipers might feel really nice. And then we'll take that seated twist on the other side. So eventually right leg out, left foot to the outside of right thigh. If you want, you can bend your right knee, heel towards your butt. Just make sure both of your sit bones can stay rooted down. Hug your knee in. Take your left arm up. Inhale here, reach a little higher. Exhale, twist to your left. Left hand comes down behind you. Breathe. Whatever variation you want to take with your right arm. And broad through the front of your shoulders, your collarbones. Breathe down into your belly. So very important that you can breathe down into your belly. If you can't, you've probably gone just a little too far. Use your exhales. Work your twists. Last couple breaths. Slowly unwind your upper body, hands over to your right side, off the right side of your mat. Take that little bow. So I saw Crystal last time. She was sitting up tall. Maybe that feels better. You can go with that if you want. You can also round and curl in. So maybe a little bit of both even. Just make this a nice little counter twist for yourself. One more round. And then back up. Uncross your legs, little shake out. Sole of left foot to right inner thigh and allow your hips to open towards the windows. Flex your right toes back, press down through your right heel, press your foot into leg, leg into foot. So it's like you're hugging in and lifting up. Right hand on right leg or inside right leg, left arm to the sky. Inhale, lots of length. Keep lengthening as you exhale and reach forward, so towards the front of the room, and then possibly even grabbing hold of your toes with your right hand or your left hand. Yeah, heart wants to look up. Nice, Ellie. Try to press down through the back of your right thigh. So it might not happen, but as you intend on pressing down through the back of your right thigh, you feel your right quad start to fire up. Breathe into your left side. Yes, nice job. Nice poses. Good awareness. Last couple of breaths. Next time you inhale, lift your upper body, take both arms up, get tall. Exhale, left hand to the ground behind you. Spread your fingers, push down, lift your hips. Modified wild thing or modified side plank. Yeah, lots of length. Breathe into it. One last big, huge, full body breath. Open your mouth inside out if you want. Come down. Before we go down onto our backs, one last seated pose. We'll take a wide-legged forward fold. So if you want to turn to the side of your mat so you can use your mat, some people like to do that. Otherwise, whatever direction works best for you. Take your legs out as wide as possible. And you might even get your inner thighs, kind of spiral them down. So you want to get onto the front edge of your sit bones. Sometimes I even pick myself up and kind of swing my hips back just a little bit. Press down through the backs of your heels, flex your toes, sit up tall. Maybe this is where you stay and this feels like a lot. Stay here. Otherwise, arms reach up. Inhale. As you exhale, swan dive down. So lengthen, 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 then let it go. Hands can come to the ground. You can walk them forward. Maybe you grab hold of your feet. Just like in that Janu Shirshasana variation when we had one knee bent, you're trying to press down through the backs of your thighs like somebody's stepping onto the tops of your thighs. Keep pressing down through your heels. So we're not pressing onto the backs of our thighs and lifting our heels. Both pressed down, toes flexed and active, all the way to empty. See if you can fold a little further, last couple breaths. So use your breath to work your fold. Butt reaches back, heart reaches forward. Good job, everyone. And then whenever you're ready, you can stay a little longer if you want to, but roll up slowly. So one vertebra at a time. Head is the very, very last thing to lift. And then once your head stacks, bring your legs to face forward once again. And come all the way down onto your back. Once you are on your back, no rush. Hug your knees in, rock it out. Find any inversion of your choice. Thanks, Chris. So anything that puts your hips or your legs higher than your heart, it can be more restorative. It can be more challenging, up to you, how you feel. Maybe you want to take a couple different inversions, that's fine. Give yourself about 5 to 10 breaths in that inversion. And then after your inversion, my friends, any finishing poses that you want to take. So please take your time. But maybe happy baby, maybe a supine twist. Maybe you want to go straight into your shavasana, and that's absolutely fine with me. I'm going to read to you. This is slightly longer, so I'll get started as you finish off your practice. It's by Ali Michelle. To create a window where there was only a wall requires a willingness to keep reaching out your hand, even if it trembles and shakes. Most of us require mutually assured vulnerability. We match the level of openness to the person in front of us. Connection becomes one big game of chicken. By closing off, we haven't protected ourselves from pain. No, pain will seep through the cracks of your walls regardless. All we have done is cut ourselves off from life itself. Like a bird that never leaves the nest, the wind stops whispering its secrets to her. To open is to risk. It is to shoot yourself out of the cannon moment to moment. Safety is a silent prayer on your lips as you free fall, but certainty is a long since forgotten hope. After all, you have wings. So I no longer avoid the point of breaking. I say to the world, break my heart, break it so wide open that all of eternity can fit in between the pieces. So these last few moments, imagine your body as just broken open, wide open, all these spaces inside of you. And let the sound, let the vibration just move through you and feel it. Let it resonate. Let it bring up anything that needs to be stirred up and brought to the surface. And if at any point it's uncomfortable, just breathe into it the same way you would an uncomfortable yoga pose. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Ah. And just start to wiggle through fingers and toes. And eventually, no rush, but eventually just find your way to either side, feel position. And take one last moment, just resting on your side body in that nurturing position. Curled into yourself, really letting everything soak in, any energy, any effort from that sound bath and from your practice, just let it all soak in. Maybe even visualize it, use your imagination. And then use the strength in your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. And we'll just close our practice together with our hands at our heart and our eyes closed. So just take one last moment to bow your head to your heart and acknowledge yourself for being here today, for showing up this morning, taking time to tune in, to connect, to be more present. Just pay more attention. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste.
Beautiful damn dog.
All right, friends. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, she's the best down dogger. Down dog and up dog are her specialties.
And Shavasana. And Shavasana. Oh, please get it. Ay. Iskakash. Iskakash.
I forgot about my zoomies. Zoomies.
These are so good, girls. Yes, it was. Yes, it was so good. Oh my gosh. That's what talk to me, dog.